Hey everyone, YouTube. I hate Windows. It can be very annoying, especially when you're using a new laptop. So in order to get the MCPs working on a new laptop, one of the things that you have to do when running Windows is in PowerShell, you have to set remote or set execution. I hope you can see this. I'm assuming, but if you can't see it, just go into anything, go into a PowerShell console and type set-execution-policy and then space RemoteSigned space dash scope CurrentUser space dash force. So that'll allow you to run npm. And after you have npm working, I created this Python script which I'll share that should be able to set up all the MCPs from Anthropic. So the MCPs that I use, and then I can update the user's Claude Desktop config.json. So when using a new computer, you might be very frustrated and having to deal with, oh, I need to npm install all these packages again to get my MCPs. I need to update the Claude underscore desktop underscore config.json. So instead of having to deal with all that nonsense, I decided to create this simple Python script, and then it should set up everything, and then I should be able to go into my newly installed Claude Desktop that I just installed, and now I should be also create a folder called Anthropic Fun in your home directory, because that's where I'm going to use for the file system, just to show you that. But where was I interested in? I can go back into Claude and find it, because I just installed Claude Desktop. This is a fresh install. This is not my old computer or my other computer that you've seen before. If I go into my settings, developer, see there's no MCPs, but if I go to edit config, it should already be there, and it was already edited a minute ago. So I didn't even touch this thing. It literally just was already there, and it should be, based upon my script, already configured. But let's check it out just in case. So if I open up the Claude Desktop config, give it a second. Hopefully it's got all of my MCPs. Yep, all of my MCPs. And then with the node installation, it escaped for like Windows. It's got my user. I didn't have to put in my username. It just already picked up my username. The Terminator one's not working because I didn't give it the GitHub personal access token. And the SQLite one I don't really expect to work. So the only one I really expect to work right now is the file system. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continually update this, and I'll share the GitHub repo link in the chat. But what I've essentially done is created a script that will just run in Python and generate the config for you. So when you're running in Windows, you don't have to give it your username. You don't have to edit this desktop file at all. It'll just be edited for you. So I just installed Claude Desktop. It's got no MCPs. But now if I just run this Python script really quickly, then I can exit out of Claude, and I should be able to open it back up and see at least the file server MCP is working. The other ones require like access tokens, but the script actually has the ability to just easily add in your access tokens, and then you can run the script. So let me just open up Claude again to make sure that the desktop works okay. And the other good thing about this is that I should be able to continually keep updating this Python script so that I can then, wait a second. Okay, yeah, I thought I was already signed in. Oh wait, I don't need to. Oh, I do need to sign in again with Claude. That's weird. Okay, anyway, I need to sign in with Claude. Okay, sign me in. Great. Now, if I go back, it should be loading the app. Now let's see if my MCPs are there. I'm really only expecting to see the file system there, but let's open Claude. Yes, open Claude. Okay, it can't connect to the MCP. Well, it's actually trying to connect to this server. Okay, cool. So now in this fresh install of Windows, I've got all my file system. So already, people that were struggling with like getting MCPs working, now all you need to do is, like I said, I'll share the repo in the description, but here you should be able to kind of go into this repo and clone this little script that I used to make the Claude MCP setup. And then here you'll be able to grab that Python script and just run it, and you should be good to go. So that was cool. This was just a test to see if I could easily get MCPs running without having to generate the config file myself. Like this is just a Python script that'll generate the config file and then add the tools, and then I can just restart Claude. So I didn't have to go through the cumbersome process of myself going through and node installing globally and then updating the path and all these kind of things. What's in my directory? I can just ask it. And this should work. And now it's going to go through and say, hey, I'll check what files are in your directory. Run, list out the directories, and see what's up. Contents. Okay, what's in my Anthropic fun folder? I can see there are 4 files, a bunch of stupid text documents, a Python script, and a PowerShell script. Okay, cool. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and I'm going to go back to my other computer because I don't like this computer, but I just wanted to show that it's possible that, you know, if you're just freshly installing Claude Desktop, you can install Claude Desktop and then just run this Python script, and you'll grab all the MCPs. And I'll update this Python script with, like, you know, as I add to my own config, I'll update this one, and then maybe also have like a .env file so we can easily add things there, but it really doesn't matter. You can add it directly in the script to just say, like, this is my GitHub access token or whatever else, and then it should provide those things as part of the script generation process. So you can have access to my config without having to copy and paste my config and then change it for your particular username. It should just be something that you run, and then it'll update based upon your own username and everything else. So simple Windows script that can get the MCPs working